Please welcome to the stage your host for the 23rd Annual A Chefs Affaire from Idaho's News 6, Roland Barris.
Hello, everybody. It is absolutely wonderful to be here tonight. Welcome to A Chef's Affaire. And I am so excited and honored to be here for this Idaho Food Bank Chef's Affaire. We are all, me most of all, disappointed that the annual MC extraordinaire, Michelle Edmonds, was unable to join us this evening. I know there's a certain grace and beauty and effortlessness that I'm just lacking about this much compared to Michelle, but I'm thrilled to be able to be here. She did ask me to send her love to all of you and her support to all of you who are doing so much for our community tonight. It's great to have you here, everyone. As you know, the Idaho Food Bank has been serving the wonderful people of the great state of Idaho for more than 35 years. They've grown so much. It's just amazing. And it's through this fabulous event every single year and your continued generosity that they can continue to do so. Now, though I know that many of you have missed gathering in the ballroom, I know it's been maybe 7-8 years since I hosted in the ballroom downtown, being able to sample the delectable courses, smell everything, everything that was prepared by Idaho's top-notch chefs. Going virtual, you know what? It actually does have some spectacular advantages, like, for instance, the fact that we are able to take this one-of-a-kind event statewide, right? And, of course, the food bank works statewide. We've got attendees joining from Pocatello tonight. And we want people, because this is virtual, to be able to be part of this. Show us that you're joining in by commenting on the chat Pocatello. We have attendees from Lewiston that are along with us tonight, who deserve a special shout out for joining in an hour earlier than everybody else. Thank you to Lewiston for making the arrangements to join in with us. And we are so thrilled to have you and everyone else along with us. And of course, we have the Treasure Valley tonight. Such amazing representation with us this evening. And I'm just so excited about the impact that I know that all of us are going to be able to make for our communities as we come together for the Idaho Food Bank. Now, the food bank is all about food. It's also about liquids. And since I'm on my own tonight, must take a break since I was just coming over in the convertible and it was a little warm out there today. That helps a lot. I want to let everyone know that because we are virtual tonight, if you haven't already done so, you can leave a comment in the chat portions. I see Morgan Wilson saying, missing Michelle, but so excited you are here, Roland. I want to say, in honor of Michelle, when I anchored with her, and I need to get a full shot here because my feet are important, she's a dancer, and she would do the plie every night when we were standing together. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I'm not a big ballet aficionado, so I don't know all the terms, but in honor of Michelle, for just a moment until my knees go bad, I'll do the plie. We want to know where everyone is joining in from tonight. Tim Nichols says, welcome, Roland. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. The Idaho Food Bank. Yes, Idaho Food Bank. We've got comments coming in from around the state. Tell us where you are connected and how you are connected to the Idaho Food Bank. We want to know your experiences, everyone, because it's really important for people to hear from people who've been involved, people who've been affected, people who've helped out the food bank over the years, what a difference that it's made. And how many years maybe you've been involved. Can see people who have been to the Chefs Affaire so many different years. I think the year that I hosted, it was the 80s. I don't know if anyone remembers that. We had the DeLorean car was there. All the 80s, I had the Zuma pants and the jacket rolled up and looking a little bit like MC Hammer, I hoped, but probably didn't pull it off. Anyhow, it was a lot of fun every year to have different themes. So tell us about what you remember. Really want to see, some of the comments. We've got such an amazing turnout tonight. I know it's not in person, but online everywhere, and we want to thank everybody again for joining us. So we have a great evening planned for you, including a special interview with Idaho Food Bank President and CEO Karen Vaughk. You know her, you love her. She's been around for so long and has been a huge part of our community, and of course with the food bank. Former First Lady and huge Idaho Food Bank supporter Patricia Kempthorne. An online auction is coming up tonight as well, filled with tons of amazing items that we want to show you. Some pretty spectacular food that, of course, is prepared by local chefs all over the state. And most importantly, we are here to help create an Idaho that is free of hunger. And we've all seen how much our state has grown, so the need is greater than ever before. So let's get to it tonight, everyone, shall we? Start things off. Let's continue one of Michelle's favorite annual A Chefs Affaire traditions over the years, a selfie from the stage. And I would love for if all of you out there would actually participate along with me. Maybe you can get a picture that we can see as well. And I'm going to send this one to Michelle tonight, who's doing great. And Michelle, we miss you. Make sure to turn that camera out. And there it is. I always shoot from above. Makes you look better. There you go. So everyone out there, make sure you get your phone out, snap a photo, celebrate with us tonight. When you're done, be sure to share it on all of your social media channels with the hashtag IFBACA21. That's IFBACA21. We want to get the word out to everyone, right? All right, Auction Frogs is tuning in from Garden City. Good to have you here. Morgan Wilson, North Central. It's good to have everyone along. Feel free to text throughout the night and let me know what you're up to, what you're eating, how much fun you're having, what you remember about past events. This is what it's all about. Now, we want to do one more thing here with the phones, okay? I want you to bring your phone right up to the screen, okay? Because I have one more request. So I'll give you just a second to get up to the screen. Are you there yet? Okay, good. All right, so I want you to hold your camera right up to the QR code. If you don't know, that's that squiggly black square there, and it's on the screen there. This QR code is going to take you directly to the A Chefs Affaire event website. And this is cool. This is where you need to be tonight so that you can bid on all the online auction items that are available. I know there's some great stuff. Additionally, this is how we're going to be giving tonight and doing so much to make a difference in our state. So also, if you have not registered, now is the perfect time to do so. And go ahead and take that picture. Don't worry if you can't figure out how to scan the QR code. I have problems with that myself. It's okay. I've got another way that you can get yourself registered as well. And this is it. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to the website, chefsaffaire.org, chefsaffaire.afrogs.org, and right at the top, you will see a link to register. And that's all you have to do. It will take only a few minutes. It ensures that you get a chance to bid on one of the amazing items that is available. For instance, the Hell's Canyon Fishing with Friends package. I mean, just the beautiful scenery in our state, and to be able to check that out, much less, have the fish, fresh fish, and just a wonderful recipe. And all with your friends. It sounds like a blast, right? The online auction, well, it's been open for a few days prior to this evening, and we've already seen some great bidding going on. So you want to make sure that you register, be ready to do those final bids in tonight, because it all closes at 11:59 on the money p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Remember, this is the same method for how you will be giving tonight, just in general. Tonight's goal, of course, let's remember this, it's to fund food for more than 1 million meals for our Idahoans across the state. So many people out there hungry, so many people really needing your help, and you make such a huge difference every year. I know with everyone doing what they can tonight, we certainly can achieve that goal. So take a moment right now, go ahead and get registered while I take another drink here. And if you're done already, you're fast. But if any time you do need a little assistance to get registered, well, we've got a number for you to call as well to get a little bit of help there. It's down at the bottom right of the screen. It's 208-807-3808. And they'll help you get registered tonight, because you've got a lot of stuff to bid on tonight. Well, we can't start the evening off right without taking a moment to give a very special thank you to our returning presenting sponsor, and that is Cisco Idaho. Thank you very much, Cisco Idaho. We always appreciate what you've done, and you've been with this event for so long. To help us kick off the night, please welcome Cisco's VP of Operations and Idaho Food Bank board member, Demio Lusa.
Thank you, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the Idaho Food Bank's talented team, it is my honor to welcome you to the 23rd Annual A Chefs Affaire. This event has a history of benefiting each of our communities in Idaho, and tonight we will do it again. Cisco is proud to continue to sponsor this event and support neighbors across Idaho. At Cisco, we are dedicated to connecting the world to share food and care for one another. It is in this light that Cisco directly aligns with Food Bank's mission. Cisco's fundamental focus to end food insecurity unifies our associates around the globe and right here in Idaho to a common goal that guides our actions and the impact Cisco makes in the world every day. This evening, your meals were prepared by very talented chefs from across the Gem State. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful meal prepared for you. I would like to thank you in advance for your generous contributions and support in helping us provide nourishment and hope for our neighbors in need. On behalf of Cisco, I want to thank you for joining us, and cheers. Hope you have a great evening.
All right, thank you, Damio, and thank you, of course, to Cisco for all that you do. Cisco, we love you. You've been involved with this event for so long, and we appreciate everything that you do. Well, speaking of food, are you all out there enjoying your handcrafted, ready-to-eat meals? I'm so jealous. What an extra special treat to have the restaurants participating from all over the state. So many great chefs out there, and also that we can share a meal together. And that's what it's all about, feeding people. And you talk to any chef and they will tell you that. They love the idea of feeding people, and that's what tonight is all about. Let's take a moment to recognize all of our amazing chefs who do so many wonderful things in our community. As I introduce the chefs this evening, be sure to leave comments on which dish you are enjoying tonight. I want to know what you're eating. Let's be honest, I'm a little hungry tonight. I think they have some stuff back there that maybe I want to test out and taste test. So let me know what you think about it and what you're trying tonight. So, hey, Pocatello, let's start with you. Excited to have you joining us tonight. And we have two local chefs representing your area this year. Let's hear first from Chef Kyler Dean from the Sandpiper Restaurant. Let's see what he's prepared.
Sandpiper Restaurant has been an establishment in our community for roughly 30 years or so. We serve primarily steak and seafood. I've been working as a chef, I would say it's been about 9 years now. I've been working at Sandpiper for 12 years. This Chef's Affaire, we are serving our signature steak Sandpiper. That is a filet that is bacon wrapped with a mushroom cap and béarnaise sauce. We also have the Hawaiian halibut crunch, which comes with a panko macadamia breading on it, and it gets served with a hazelnut per blanc. We did want to partake in it just to kind of help out where we can. It's not something we've really done in the past, so we really want to try and branch out a little bit and maybe try something a little bit new.
I love some of the names, right? Kerblunk, béarnaise sauce. Love béarnaise sauce. And our second Pocatello chef tonight is Chef Jason Spence from Cafe Toscano.
Cafe Toscano is, this is its 10th year. We're an Italian core menu, but we do expand on other things. We try new things all the time. This year will be my 23rd, going into my 24th year. I think we as a restaurant and me myself should do more for our community. For the Chef's Affaire, we will be doing a beef tenderloin filet with gorgonzola red wine reduction, roasted red potatoes tossed in rosemary garlic butter, and just seasonal vegetables. We're going to be doing one of our classic pastas that we've done for many years, the chicken artichoke penne. We're also going to be doing a tiramisu filled cannoli for dessert. This is a good opportunity for us to reach the community in a positive way.
The cannoli sounds absolutely fabulous. We're going to have to hear about how that is later on. Tell us about the food, folks. I know it's tough if you're chowing down at the moment, but take a moment, do a little of this clicking. Let me know what you think of some of these dishes because they sound absolutely amazing. And I know the chefs have worked so hard on them. So let us know how it's been going. Got a note from Andrew Morgan saying, thanks, Whitney, and everyone at the Idaho Food Bank. Second that and this great event this year. Chef Kyler and Chef Jason, we are so grateful to have you in supporting the Idaho Food Bank this year. Welcome and thank you very much for all that you do. Okay, so the Treasure Valley now. We have three amazing chefs who have prepared meals for you this evening. Be sure to leave a comment again in the chat about which dish that you are enjoying tonight because I want to hear from you folks about all the different dishes, what you like, and what is just knocking your socks off. So let's hear from those chefs now. First up is Chef Damon Ba, the chef and owner of the Dahui Catering. Take a look.
I've been a chef for probably 22 years now. I've been working in kitchens since right out of high school. I do Hawaiian food, I cater for a lot of close acquaintances that need it, you know. They love my food. I've been doing it for a few years now. We were donated these nice tenderloins for Double R Ranch. So I'm gonna do orange ginger butter, which is like a finishing butter. And then we're gonna do jalapeno roasted potatoes. And then our second entree is just a traditional dry brined chicken, where you take a simple sugar, salt, pepper mix and kind of glaze it and let that draw out the natural juices. For dessert, we're gonna take a brownie. And Hawaii has a unique chantilly frosting. It's a little more buttery, has a little texture to it. I'll be there for the food bank no matter what. I think it's a good cause, and I think people benefit from it. They need it. You know, a lot of these people just need nourishment. They can't go to the store and run and get a bottle of milk. Their funds don't save that.
That is so great. We're starting to get some comments in from folks about some of the food. So many great items out there. Janet Rising writes in, yummy food. Sergio Perez, way to represent Pocatello. Thank you for the delicious food. Obviously enjoying himself. Whitney Stuhlman, Chef Damon's steak was amazing. I imagine it was. Boy, it's got my mouth watering. Yes, Chef Damon's meal was, oh no, says Ben McGreevy, and enjoying the beef from Chef Damon, says Rebecca Plunt. Keep those comments coming in. We want to hear more about these comments throughout the night, the great work that these chefs are doing. And mahalo to Chef Damon for all that you do for the Idaho Food Bank, also for the Treasure Valley community. Now, next, we also have Chef Daniel Hihath from Bardenay in Eagle.
Bardenay, we are a restaurant distillery, kind of upper scale, pub fare kind of menu going, lots of steak and seafood. I've been a chef for this will be my 23rd year. I've always wanted to cook because my grandma was a retired chef. She retired as a pastry chef, and she was my babysitter growing up too, so I was always on the counter up there cooking with her. Beef tenderloin with a romesco sauce, a romesco harissa. Grilled corn will kind of come out like street corn style. That's the meat dish, and then I have a cauliflower steak, which is more of a vegetarian option. Being born and raised in Idaho too, I figured it was a good chance to give back and do something for a good cause.
Looks so great. Now I will tell you, I do most of the cooking at home, and whenever I'm done putting the food out on the table, and I think this is for all chefs and cooks, how's the food? That's the first thing. How does it taste? So we want to know what you think, everybody, because the chefs that have worked so hard on these meals, they want to know what you think tonight. It's really important to them that they know. So write in. Let us know what you're thinking about the food tonight, because I know it's special and I know they've done a great job. But let us know. There's a few comments coming in. Chef Damon's meal was perfection. Love that orange ginger butter. That's very cool. Coming in from Shelby. Susan Nichols saying bravo for the amazing meal and the commitment to the Idaho Food Bank. Nancy Chulis says delicious steak, corn on the cob, and salad from Bardenay. The corn on the cob had a fantastic and unique seasoning. Says thank you so much. Absolutely love our meals, Chef Damon from Natalia Brookshire. So thank you. Keep those comments coming in, because that is the comment every chef wants to hear. They put down the food. They want to know, how's the food? How are you enjoying it? So thank you, Chef Daniel. And our third Treasure Valley chef is Chef Z with Z's Rooftop in downtown Boise. Take it away, Chef Z.
Our restaurant is called Z's Rooftop, but it's also a venue, and we refer to the venue as the CW Penthouse. So you can come in for a casual lunch Monday through Friday, or you can rent the space for a wedding or class reunion. It's all kind of one package, in one area, one space. But we also do have a full service catering company, a meal prep service. Chef's Affaire, this will be my 13th 7 of them as the lead chef. We are going to do the campfire seared Snake River Farms tenderloin, or we're also doing a seafood option where we're going to do a campfire seared salmon. It's always fun to expand your talents and what you can create.
That looks absolutely gorgeous. Chef Z has been a huge supporter of the Idaho Food Bank for so many years, and thank you, Chef Z, for always giving back. Being a chief chef, you know, when it's really in person, there's a lot of work that goes into that, and he's done such a great job over the years. Again, thank you to all 3 of our Treasure Valley chefs for preparing the meals for our participants this evening, and we want to keep hearing those comments from folks about the food. As the chefs always say, how's it taste? They want to know. Well, Lewiston, it's your turn. Are you enjoying your meals tonight? I hope you are. I know that you are. Tell us about them in the chat as we're talking about. Sometimes it takes a while for some of the comments to come in, but I'll read them as they come through. Take a moment away from the fork if you can. If you can pull yourself away to give us some comments, because we're really grateful to hear the comments. Absolutely love our meals. Chef Damon, Natalia writes in. So many generous and talented chefs in the Treasure Valley. Excellent steak, according to Teresa Vaughter. Thanks, Teresa. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Chef Megan and Rodney, the portobello is phenomenal. I'm blown away. Thank you, says Kylie Andrews. So we are so grateful tonight to have Chef Megan Fairley and Professor Rodney Farrington from the Lewis and Clark State College Culinary Department that have prepared some meals for you this evening. Let's take a moment to meet them both and to learn about the meal that they have prepared for our Lewiston folks.
I started in the culinary industry when I was 16 years old, so over 20 years ago. I owned and operated in downtown for over 9 years before I was approached about becoming an instructor here at LCSC.
My role here at LC State is the Professor of Hospitality, Travel and Tourism, one of 3 hospitality management programs in the state of Idaho. We are funded and built to be an associate's program, so it's a 2-year program in which you go directly from education into industry.
I think it's important that people really understand what it is that the food bank does and the connection that it truly makes to our community. The menu that we are preparing for the Chef's Affaire is a 6-ounce sirloin with a chimichurri sauce served with grilled peaches and sauteed green beans, blackberry crisp for dessert.
This pandemic, if you will, is going to make our industry more creative. We're going to have an industry that's better educated. We're going to have an industry that's more safe, more sanitary.
The creative level that these businesses have had to come to is really astonishing, and they have risen to the occasion, and I think they're better businesses for it. I think that they're stronger, their customer relation is better, their delivery of product is better, and so in a time where we could just focus on the negativity, I think we've really seen a ton of prosperity and growth in our industry.
I truly love the positivity there, right? And you know what I should mention also, and as I see if the camera will follow me, yes it does. Oh, look at that, I love this. Keep with me. I want to thank everybody who goes out to the restaurants, too, who's been out there, who's been putting tips for their servers, and has been ordering without going to the restaurant all this time. That has made a huge difference through this difficult time for all of these restaurants and all these chefs. And you've supported your restaurants and your chefs. And that's important because they are supporting us tonight. They're supporting Idaho through this great event. Let's read some of the comments. We've got a lot coming in right now. Absolutely amazing. Everything is fantastic, says Lisa Turpin. Wow, the steaks in Lewiston are awesome, says Dave Breland. Awesome portobello and steak in Lewiston. Thank you to all the amazing chefs tonight. What amazing community supporters. Again, we can't say enough about the work that they have done. Thank you, Chef Megan, Professor Rodney. It's so wonderful to have you representing Lewiston this evening. All right. Were we talking about drink earlier? I think I was because I was thirsty. But let's talk about wine now. What would a meal like you're eating tonight to be without a little vino. Am I right? Usually goes perfectly, right? You have to make the right selection. Well, we want to thank you and put out a big thank you to Bittner's Vineyards, Sawtooth Estate Winery, Saint Chapelle, and Two Bad Labs Vineyard for providing bottles of wine to each of our sponsors this evening, tailoring them for the meals. So important. Thank you to you all. We also want to thank Albertsons for generously providing gift cards to all of our participants this evening so that the perfect bottle of wine would also pair with the meal properly. If you didn't know, Albertsons, you got to check it out, has an incredible wine selection. They offer more than 200 different varieties of local wine. So thank you to Albertsons once again for all you do in our community and for all of our participating wineries this evening. So last week, our very own beloved Michelle Edmonds from Channel 6, who can't be here tonight, was able to have a very special conversation with some very extraordinary people. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
We all know that this past year has created historic disruptions in both the health and economic stability of Americans. And the Idaho Food Bank has remained fully operational throughout this time. No one knows better how the Idaho Food Bank has been impacted and how they, along with their partners, have been able to rise to the occasion better than the two amazing women that I would like to introduce you to. So please help me welcome Karen Vauch, President and CEO of the Idaho Food Bank and former First Lady of Idaho and founder and CEO of Twiga Foundation, Patricia Kempthorne. Hello, ladies.
Hi,
so
Michelle.
great to have you with us. Obviously, wow, what a year it's been. Where do we even start, Karen, with what the food bank has been able to do through literally an unprecedented year?
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. This was a year like none of us could have predicted, including the Idaho Food Bank. And we did have faced some pretty incredible challenges. Through that, however, I can't tell you how grateful we've been for the amazing support across our communities, from the donors and the volunteers, everyone calling and saying, what do you need? How do we help? And that was really important because we did see a significant increase in the number of Idahoans who were struggling with food insecurity. And we had to respond quickly and in a big way. And we just couldn't have done that without all of the support that we received from across the state.
Patricia, have you felt that same way? Have you felt that love and that outpouring from our community?
Oh, absolutely. And it is who Idaho is. I mean, this, and they do exactly what they need to do when the need is there.
Yeah. So important. Great to know that there's a collaboration in place and a strong response to the needs for the community over the last year. So, Karen, first, again, I feel like we're in another unprecedented time right now, right? As there is this surge. Do you expect to see more people in need or the opposite? Do you hope that this might be the tail end of what's been going through?
Well, I know what I hope for.
Yes.
But having said that, we are continuing to watch very closely and working with our partners across the state. I mean, as a statewide organization, we recognize that we've got to be in touch with what's happening at the local level in order to support those needs. During the initial stages of the pandemic crisis, when so many people found themselves out of work and no chance to prepare for that, the need shot up very quickly. In fact, when we look at that year, we had a 38% increase in the volume of food we were providing, but in some months it was a 60% increase based on specific community needs. So it wasn't just a little bit more, it was a lot more. Not only that, we had to adjust so many of our operations and our practices where rather than having people come into a pantry and select the food off the shelf, we had to pre-pack the boxes to minimize contact. So nearly every part of our operation needed to change. We were able to be that agile and make those adjustments. So looking forward, we're staying in close contact with our community partners, again, to monitor what's happening on the local level and anticipate if they need more food, how do we get more to them. The need overall has come down since the height of the pandemic, but it's still higher than pre-pandemic needs.
Thank goodness you had the New Meridian facility, too. I mean,
yes.
What would have happened? So Idaho, as we all know, a very diverse state. And it's true that the challenges that happen in Boise totally different than what might happen in Lewiston. And it's wonderful that the Idaho Food Bank has a focus on this local approach. Karen, you were talking about that particularly. Patricia, obviously, you're very concerned with all parts of the state. Being a former First Lady, you have worked for years in the Twiga Foundation with children and families. The food bank is such a natural fit for you. Can you talk to us a little bit about how diverse this state is, with so many people joining us from all over the state tonight?
And thank you for being here. Idahoans are very definitely a can-do. And we love a challenge too, and are not going to back down from it. So if we see a neighbor in need, we will help each other, and then we will see, what we see is that then they come back and pass it on and help somebody else. And that's what it's all the time at the Idaho Food Bank. People who have received assistance at one time are coming back to volunteer or to become donors. And I think that's where we're building that family in the food bank, and it continues. It is truly a statewide organization. There are great opportunities to make a bigger impact by working with the on-the-ground organization, the partners that we have, because they know better than on the bigger scale. They know what's happening in their communities. As you say, they're a little bit diverse. They know who they are. They know what they need is. And beyond learning about Idaho's hunger relief and the network that goes with it, I've learned the generosity in these communities, both in the agricultural communities, the food industry, the businesses, in foundations, individuals. They've all are so willing to be there when we need them. And all of that makes it possible because Idahoans want a hunger-free state.
They really do. Karen, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Generosity, that's the word that sticks out to me with what Patricia just said, too.
Absolutely.
Generosity on all levels. And to hear the stories that we've heard so many times during a Chef's Affaire of how people come back and give to the Idaho Food Bank. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It really is humbling in so many ways, because we feel so incredibly grateful for the people that are helping us help the neighbors, but they're continually thanking the Idaho Food Bank and our partner network for the work that we're doing to help those neighbors in need. So it's mutual admiration from that perspective, but it sure feels good.
And a shared common goal, right? A hunger-free Idaho.
Absolutely.
So Patricia, you have been the chair of a Fresh Approach capital campaign. It's helping to build capacity to serve those in need. Can you tell us a little bit more specifically about how the different facilities all over the state are able to really work together for the Idaho Food Bank?
Michelle, there's always been an abundance of food donations in Idaho, and these facilities have now allowed us to be able to keep it and keep it safe and then distribute it to every county in the state. The additional refrigeration and freezer space is a huge benefit for allowing the Idaho Food Bank to provide fresh and nutritious food to all those in need.
And we've been there. I've taken the tours with the two of you, and you walk into those refrigerated sections, and they're already packed. So, Karen, you and I were just talking earlier this evening about the fact that you could use even more space, and that is the growth of Idaho. Look at them shake their heads. They're like, Michelle. But as we're going to be giving tonight, that's one of the things that we need to keep in mind, is that this state is growing and we're still dealing with the pandemic. So more space.
Yes. And I think within that, it's also important to recognize the type of space, and that was one of the advantages of this facility. We've had a specific focus on the types of food we're providing and making sure they're nutritious foods. So we're looking specifically at fruits and vegetables and dairy and proteins, and those require a specific type of space in order for us to handle that type of food. We're very proud that 87% of the food we distributed in our last fiscal year is nutritious. That's important. It's not enough to say we're providing food. It needs to be nutritious food, and we've made that commitment, and those who are receiving the product very much appreciate the fact that this is healthy and nutritious food.
Well, considering how expensive fresh fruit and vegetables can be, we all know that as we buy for our families. We also understand how important it is that these items never get left out of a grocery cart. So it is so wonderful that the Idaho Food Bank is not only feeding the hungry, but also ensuring that the food that they do receive is healthy and nutritious as well. Can you speak a little bit more, ladies, about the partnerships and the influence of their work on your work? Because as Patricia said, we're Idahoans and we come together during times of need, and this past year has been a time of need.
Michelle, it's all about that network and those communities. We have over 465 organizations across Idaho who reach directly into the community and distribute the food. And they, as I said before, they know their community. They know what those needs are. We can collaborate and engage with those community partners, and really can help focus on the health of the hunger to health and what that is. But they're the ones that make the difference. As an organization, we're very intentional about health. And by working with those communities, we're able to get that to the individuals and the families who need it.
You know, one of the ways I like to describe that is that the Idaho Food Bank has a statewide reach with a local touch.
Yes.
And it's the local touch through those partners who, as Patricia said, they know their communities and what's needed.
And that's why it's so important that we're completely statewide tonight, right?
Exactly.
So you can say hi to everybody. You can say, ladies, we can't thank you enough for all that you do, for the support you give our entire state, for the leadership that you provide for all of us, and for all the families out there who you have touched. I could start to tear up. Thank you.
It's truly an honor, and let me also just acknowledge how grateful we are for Patricia's support over the years. I mean, she has been with us side by side for a number of years, and she does that because that's where her heart is, and it shows, and we're very grateful.
And because I'm very proud of the Idaho Food Bank and the work that they do, both individually and as an organization. It's a wonderful organization to be a part of. Thank you, Karen.
I will second that. Patricia, Karen, thank you for your time this evening. We appreciate all you do.
Thank you, Michelle.
So there you go. We did get to see Michelle at least a little bit tonight, thank goodness. And what a great interview, and how lucky we are to have two wonderful women there who have done such an amazing job with the food bank over the years. And Karen Valk has just done such an amazing job over the years. And we just are lucky to have that here because there's so much need out there. All right, so have you set your sights tonight? This is important on any of the amazing online auction items that are up for grabs yet. There's a lot out there. There's the Island Park Getaway. Check this out. The package includes a 2-night stay at the Sawtell Mountain Resort, a guided horseback ride for 2, and a 1-day rental of a 2-seated Razor. If you don't know what that is, it's little off-road cars that are a blast to zip around on. Or check this out. How about this? A 7-day Alaska fishing adventure for 2. It includes all-inclusive lodging and wilderness fishing at Alagnac Lodge and 2 round-trip tickets on Alaska Airlines. So we want to remind you, though, you only have until 11:59 Mountain Standard Time tonight to get those bids in. But there's plenty of time. But start getting those bids in. And I would like to take a moment to thank all of our other wonderful sponsors this evening as well. First of all, we just couldn't do this without Sysco. Thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Sysco. And our gold sponsors, thank you to our gold sponsors, AgriBeef, Eagle Eye Produce, Simplot Company Foundation. Our second gold sponsors, Regents and Unbottled. Our silver sponsors, AARP Idaho, Albertsons, of course, Charlie's Produce, Dykeman Electrical, HP Boise, KPMG, Lamb Weston, Superior Farms, and our bronze sponsors, Idaho Beef Council, Idaho Central Credit Union, Idaho News 6, Molina Healthcare, Portneuf Medical Center, and Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And let's also thank our table sponsors this evening that you see there on the screen. All right, so have you begun digging into those desserts yet? I bet you have. So saw some amazing things on the menu, and I really want to hear all about them tonight. I mean, I'm a dessert guy. What can I say? We want to hear what you have to say about the desserts. So comment in the chat. Tell me which desserts that you are enjoying tonight. We've had some great comments coming in throughout the night about the food. We also had some of the chefs check in. Chef Z here says, thank you to everyone for your support and enjoy dinner. That's from the chef. And thank you, Karen and Patricia, for all of your work on that last piece. That's from Ben McGreevy. And he's right, Ben, they do so much great work for the food bank. And also thanks to Patricia Kempthorne for all that she has done and continues to do, and has done through the years. From Teresa Vaughter, that comment. Keep the comments coming, because we want to hear about some of the desserts tonight. It is my favorite part. Oh gosh, it's really hard to say what's the favorite, but it puts the, obviously, no pun intended, the icing on the cake. And Chef Z tonight has the huckleberry panna cotta. I want to hear about that. Huckleberry, of course, a big part of the state of Idaho. Delicious stuff. It's right about, yeah, dessert is gone, says Bill French. I know, Bill, but how was the dessert? You can remember. It was probably delicious. The blackberry crisp, says Kylie Andrews, is delicious. The Hawaiian brownie, oh my God, says Whitney Stuhlman. Okay, that says it all. Lava cake, Chef Dan put together tonight. Chef Megan with the blackberry crisp, and Chef Rodney. The tiramisu cream filled cannoli. I want someone to comment on that here along the night. Let me know how that was. And the New York cheesecake. I was known as the cheesecake kid growing up. It's just my favorite thing, with little strawberry topping. Oh boy, all of those sound absolutely fabulous. So keep all of those comments coming in, and we will read them throughout the night as you enjoy the dessert. So we want to know, have you registered yet? If you haven't registered, there's still plenty of time. But we are almost to that point in the program where you can help provide food to our neighbors. And this is what it's all about. So please take a moment. If you haven't already, you want to get registered now. You know, the past year, it's been a big challenge, to say the least, for each and every one of us. And there have been many people out there experiencing food insecurities for the first time ever. And they're looking for help. The Idaho Food Bank is committed to ensuring that our neighbors and communities all around Idaho are supplied with the food that they need to get through this difficult time that continues. So let's take a look.
I noticed immediately after COVID that all of my friends in my age group that are on disability have lost their homes and been pushed out by being on a fixed income. It's happening all over Idaho.
We are behind on our electricity, we're behind on our gas. We couldn't pay our landlord, we are 3 months behind. There was one point that I could not afford any groceries. I was telling my kids, you know what, we're gonna have this again for dinner, and I'm sorry that at the store we can't get this. Like, I'm sorry.
We're on a fixed income. We had a lot of elderly neighbors that don't have transportation that are on fixed incomes. And then my daughter and her husband have 3 children. He works. She can't go back to work because she can't find daycare.
Cost of living has gone up quite a bit. Gas, groceries, rent, everything. So just making ends meet on, a normal salary is kind of challenging.
You guys have been saving my life on a regular basis and supporting me over the last year, no matter what community.
My kids love the fruits. I love a lot of the, or the milk. A lot of the fresh produce is nice to get.
I've made people aware as much as I can of here and the bus station and food bank.
I mainly come for my neighbor. He is on the autism spectrum and he doesn't drive.
It seems like there's quite a bit of need. The Vandal Food Pantry is a vital part of that food insecurity reliability. And then Food Not Bombs is another place that really helps a lot.
It's a good resource for anybody that finds it challenging to sometimes maybe you didn't have the $20 or $40 to go to the grocery store that week, and you have this and you're able to get a whole week's or even sometimes even 2 weeks worth of food, and you can kind of stretch it out a little bit longer until you get your paycheck.
It means a lot, and it helps a lot of people. We see it.
Honestly, it's been saving my life. That is not something I am accustomed to needing.
Saving lives. That's not an overstatement. It's a triple whammy right now that people are facing in our community. Not only do you have the coronavirus going on right now that has affected so many people, you have increasing prices across the board, especially for food right now, right? You've been to the grocery store and you know it. And then on top of that, rents going through the roof. So you put that all together, never has the need really been so great in our area. The Idaho Food Bank has been able to continue to provide services throughout the entire state for those in need. They've been there every step of the way. This past fiscal year, that equaled to nearly 31 million pounds of food distributed to people who need it. Hungry Idahoans. All this food reaches people facing hunger through the Idaho Food Bank's network of partners, including food pantries, soup kitchens, senior centers, homeless shelters, youth, and after-school programs that are so important. The Idaho Food Bank works tirelessly to continue to nurture and build relationships with supporters like growers and processors. They're very important in all of this. Retailers, manufacturers, and wholesalers, to ensure that food that would otherwise maybe be wasted goes to good use. All of these steps are critical to the work that the Idaho Food Bank does and coordination of all of it. But do you know which step is the most important? That's right. It's your gift. Your gift is the critical first step in feeding those hundreds of thousands of Idahoans that are food insecure right now. More than 200,000 Idahoans may experience food insecurity this year, and so many for the first time because of those things I mentioned before. That equates to 1 in 9 individuals, and this is the heartbreaking part. Almost 58,000 of them are children. So your gift, no matter the size, can help feed, educate, and advocate for all the Idahoans that may face hunger this year. So please, would you consider giving this evening? It makes all the difference. Your gifts can be made through the same platform that you've been using for all of your online auction bidding tonight for those great items. Remember that our goal this evening is to raise enough food for 1 million meals in one night, right? And you know what? Every single dollar raised tonight will help with food towards 4 of those meals. Every dollar, 4 meals. That means no matter what you are able to give tonight, your gift is going to bring us one step closer to that goal. If you are on the auction web page, simply click on the number 1 item. It reads, Donate to the Idaho Food Bank. Now from there, you can select the dollar amount that you'd like to give, and anything helps. Everything helps. Or you can click on Donate Now from the main event page. And we've got all sorts of people sending in money throughout this event. And you can see there's some fast-moving donations coming in. I can't run through all of them because all of a sudden they've come in so much. $100 from Ralph Ebenson, Jessica Duarte, $250. Thank you so much. These are some really big donations. Jennifer Schatz, Blair Wilson, $1,000. Making a huge, think of that again, every dollar, 4 meals. That's just amazing, the difference that you have made with a quick donation like that. And if you have the money, whatever money you have that you can give to the effort right now, makes such a difference in our community. Now, $2,500, and we've seen close to that, $2,500 supports providing food through mobile pantries to both urban and rural communities. Sometimes they serve up to 1,000 households at once. So you can make a huge difference there. $1,000, we've seen multiple donations there. That can support food for 4,000 meals for families and seniors who may be facing the choice right now between life-saving prescriptions and adequate nutrition, food on the table. $500, well, that can support transporting nutritious food to school pantries, backpack partners, which are so important. A lot of that food from school comes home and is eaten at home for days, and feeding sites also across the state. We've got another $100 from John and Nicole McDowell. Thank you very much for that donation there. Mike and Rochelle Fowler, $25. Every bit makes a difference. $250 will help turkeys and fresh food over the holidays to brighten the season for those who might be struggling during this winter time. I know right now it's fall, it's beautiful weather out. Pretty soon it's going to get a little tougher in the state of Idaho as winter arrives. $100 translate to food for 400 meals. Think of that, 400 meals. That's really pretty impressive. And we've got some notes coming in. You know, thank you, Idaho Food Bank, for your support. You know, we want to thank everyone who has donated so much here. And it's not just the individuals, but also those in the business community that have done so much for this effort. Northwest Farm Credit Services, by the way, $10,000 donation. Lamb Weston did a $10,000 donation. Albertsons, a $10,000 donation. Our businesses in this community are so involved with so much, and they do so many great things. So thank you to you all. Everybody who has donated, Pact Marketing, a $200 donation. Thank you so much. Keep that rolling in tonight because it makes a huge difference for our goal. So many amazing gifts have been given this evening. Please know, if I didn't get a chance to recognize that your generosity has come through on the screen, your contributions, they have not gone unnoticed. You have done a wonderful thing tonight. If you have not had a chance to give a gift yet, there still is time. Donations will be accepted throughout the remainder of the evening. And no matter what you are able to give tonight, it adds up. I'm telling you, it adds up. $5, $10. You're helping make a difference in the lives of our families in need in the Gem State. So you also have a little time left to check back in on those online auction items that you've been watching. I know you've been watching very closely. Remember, it closes just before midnight, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tonight, or 10:59, we should mention, for you in Lewiston. So get those bids in Lewiston, right? And tonight, of course, it's all about the food, but it's also about those who produce the food. A big thank you to all the amazing chefs that provided such wonderful meals for you to enjoy this evening. Take a look at them. Of course, we can't forget the wineries. And we also want to thank you to 2C Media, Julie Martin Events, and Valiant Productions for helping us create and produce a great virtual event this evening. And also thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Cisco. We love you, Cisco. Thank you very much, as well as all of our supporting sponsors. And as they roll, we want to also, most importantly, give out a huge thanks to all of you, to all of the staff, volunteers, contributors, and all the donors. Each one of you allows the Idaho Food Bank to continue to do the so important work that they do every year. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you ate well. Good night, everyone.